Yeah, today we know that the people, they got so sick because their immune system became uh, so weak to the point where it's like the person isn't open. Is just completely open to what they call opportunistic illnesses, opportunistic infections, and e- nonetheless, it's from a phenomenological viewpoint when you're looking at a 41-year-old, looking like he's 95. It's disturbing. It's and I have a lot of respect for the nurses who worked with the AIDS patients at the beginning. There were a lot of volunteers as well, priests, Catholic nuns, and people like that. Who when people didn't want to touch these people, they worked in hospital wards, or they were taking care of these people, or in hospices and stuff like that, and all they were being they were acting like genuine disciples of Christ. Um, but one interesting question is to say, in the 70s, there must have been, the US is a continental country. In the 70s, there must have been a bunch of isolated cases of people dying from AIDS. Perhaps the majority died at home. Yeah. But perhaps also people went to the doctor, and the doctors could not understand what was going on. And they probably said to themselves, it's probably a fluke. It's probably just one case. It's not an epidemic. The medical community did not realize it was an epidemic until the 80s, until 80 81. Yeah, and perhaps if they suspected that there was something, a wave coming, of at the early 70s, if they expected that, perhaps they could have saved a bunch of lives. But then again, who knows? Because at that time, sexual revolutions, people were just doing anything, were just having sex. One guy was having sex with, said that he had sex with 3,000 people. Yeah, I'm seeing.